General Sinha, because if we talk about General Rawat, he was one of the fearless speakers that we have ever seen, sir. Never minced any words. And the CDS's shocking demise, do you believe that will have implications for the ongoing military reforms, sir, that he had initiated?
You see, he was a visionary. His contribution to armed forces has been exemplary. I would like to mention a few points. He developed the concept of integrated battle group, IBG. He was the person who said, we are not only ready for two-front war scenario, but we are ready for 2.5 front war scenario. He was responsible for conceptualizing the concept of theater command, where he felt that for proper and better coordination and synergy, it would be better if all the assets of three services are put under one head, under one organization. He was, the Honorable Prime Minister has gone to the extent of praising him for modernization of army and armed forces, and also for indigenization, making India a Atmanirbhar India. The Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, has tweeted and shown his photographs with him and said that the loss is irreparable, and his contribution, his strategic vision, his tactical superiority was par excellence. So this was the person, General Bipin Rawat. General Bipin Rawat, I will like to mention that he won 7 exemplary awards for his outstanding service. Param Vishisht Seva Medal, Yuddha YUSM, Ati Vishisht Seva Medal, Yuddha YSM, S. Sena Medal, Vishisht Seva Medal, and then in MONUSCO, in Congo, he was given 2 times recommendation by Force Commander for his outstanding service. His Indian Commission number 35471M and full name General Bipin Lakshman Rawat. He was a soldier general. He was like Rommel of Second World War German Army. He was like that, a soldier's general. He did his schooling from St. Edward School, Shimla. He joined NDA in 1975 batch, 75, 76, 77, 3 years tenure at NDA. IMA he joined in January 1978, passed out on 16th December 1978, and he was Sword of Honor. So it is very rare that this shows his outstanding merit, because in a batch of say 250 to 300 cadets, he passed out first in the order of merit, and that is why he got Sword of Honor. He was commissioned into 511 Gurkhas, and it is a great history that his father, General Rawat, commanded same very battalion 511, and he as his son again commanded 511. 5th battalion, 11 Gurkhas. He was veteran of counter-agency operations. His crucial role in reducing militancy in Northeast has been exemplary. He was part of United Nations Peacekeeping Force. He was Chief of Army Staff, 26th Chief of Army Staff, from 31st December 16 to 31st December 19, 3 years. And on 1st January 2020, he became a 4-star general, and he became first CDS. Physically, he is no more with us, but he is immortal. Whenever we talk of CDS, he will always be remembered by history. He'll be always be remembered with a lot of respect. One personal interaction I would like to quote, which is very, very heart-touching. On certain issue, not my personal issue, on certain issue with regard to Indian Army, I wanted to have a discussion with him. I sought his appointment, went to Army House. It was Sunday. He had called me. That time, he came out of his room and he said, please come in, sir. He knew I'm ex-NDA. He knew I'm 41st NDA, and he was 78 pass out. So he said, please come in, sir. I said, you're chief. I would have walked in with ADC. So I did whatever I had to do. I did. They said, I'll beg your leave because you're a chief, you're a busy person, let me go. He said, no, sir. I have a lot of time for you. And after interaction, when I was coming out, he escorted me outside. I said, chief, you are chief. Please don't worry. I can find my way. He said, no, sir. Now, this is the sentence he used, which still echoes in my mind. Once a senior, always a senior, sir. You are my senior, and full respect to you, sir. I was really touched. When I came out of the gate, I was deeply touched by the simplicity, humility of this great man. Now, let me tell you his contribution with regard to operations. In 205, as a GOC 3 Corps, He was responsible for cross-border operation in Myanmar, where 18 soldiers were killed as a result of 18 soldiers were killed in ambush by militants of UNLFW in Manipur. He was responsible for that mission. He was part of planning for 2016 surgical strike. He has authorized numerous articles on national security and leadership, published in various publications. He had vast experience in high altitude warfare. He has spent 10 years in counterinsurgency operations, and he commanded multinational brigade in Chapter 7 mission in Democratic Republic of Congo, MONUSCO, where he was given twice commendation by the force commander for his outstanding service. So this is a great man that we have lost, and his loss is irreparable. Only time will say that how this void in the security structure of Indian Armed Forces will be filled. But Anil, give me 2 minutes more. I would like to point out on why this crash has happened. There are 8 points which I would like to mention. First, pre-flight checkup. Second,
Yes,
pilot error. Third, technical failure. Fourth, navigation failure. Visibility problem. Cloud formation. Sabotage. Wire angle and extra fuel angle. Now, pre-flight checkup. I don't think that it can be any lapse, because when a VVIP of the stature of General Rawat is traveling, nobody will take chances. Pilot error, no chance, because the pilot had more than 1,000 hours of flying experience. Technical failure, possible. Navigation error, visibility problem, possible. Cloud effect. In Kunur, in that area, it is a mountainous come forest. What happens that times because of rain, there is a cloud formation. And because of the cloud formation, the visibility gets reduced. So pilot is in handicap, although in auto mode he's flying. But at times he does not know which geographical feature he's going to hit. So that is the problem. Another thing, that sabotage angle. I personally feel that this also should be inquired into, because is it a cyber attack by China? Has few sympathizers of China in India have compromised the security structure and the inspection procedure? Another thing I would like to point out, wire angle. You see, when the Eastern Army commander in 1993, General Jamir Mahmood died, he took off from Hawa, and he died because the helicopter hit a wire. You see, in Northeast at times the cable locations are changed, and that is not known to the pilots, and that was the cause of accident. Is that the reason? And another point, fuel, extra fuel. Because of VVIP travel, at times the pilots don't take chance and have extra fuel in the helicopter. Was it responsible for the mishap? So all these 8 factors should be looked into. But overall, it is a sad day. I pay my obeisance to this great warrior, great soldier, and history is not going to forget him. And I would like to recite a little line for him. जब तक सूरज चांद रहेगा, जनरल रावत आपका नाम रहेगा. आप इतिहास के पन्नों से कभी विलीन नहीं होगे. You will never vanish from the pages of history. And whenever Indian Armed Forces will be remembered, you will be remembered. Don't worry, physically you have gone, but your memory will always be with us. We will cherish your leadership. We will pray to Almighty that your soul rests in peace. You were a great soldier, and I salute you.